Welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Ann Reardon and today we're making this beautiful summery watermelon cheesecake dessert, even though it is not summer here in Australia. But I have some exciting news. The t-shirts have arrived. This one is a limited edition, Make It a Great Week silver foil design, and there are other designs in store that you can go and check out, but this one is only available for the next 10 days only. So make sure you click on the link below and go get one of these as well. Now to make this dessert, what we need to do first is make the base.
So we're going to need some biscuits and some margarine and a little bit of green gel food colouring. Take your biscuits and using a rolling pin, crush them into fine crumbs, and I'll put all the recipe quantities on the howtocookthat.net website and I'll link to that below for you. If you have a food processor, you can use that for this instead if you like. Then take the margarine and melt it in the microwave or on the stovetop. Then pour in the biscuit crumbs and give that a quick stir. Then add in the food colouring, and we want to stir that really well to incorporate the green colour all the way through and squash any big bits of biscuit chunks. Then repeat that process, this time using red food colouring to make red crumbs. Pour the red into a lined loose-based cake tin or pie dish and use the back of a spoon to squash it flat all around the base there. Now we need to make a bit of room for the green rind of the watermelon, so run your knife around the edge to loosen a line of red and take it out. Then get a small handful of green and squeeze it together to make it clump together, and then squash that onto the side of the tin. Continue to do that the whole way around the tin, and then use the back of your spoon again just to flatten it and smooth it around. And then to make the top level, just again use the back of your spoon to push it down so that it looks like an even watermelon rind. Now for the white part of the watermelon, we need cream cheese, and it should be the block cream cheese, sugar, milk, water, gelatin and cream. Tip the gelatin into the water and stir it up, and then leave that just to absorb the water. Whip the cream to make soft peaks, and then you want to set that to one side. Now we're going to beat the cream cheese with electric mixers until it's smooth, and then add in the sugar. Now all these ingredients should be at room temperature so that when we add the gelatin in a minute, it doesn't instantly set. We need time to be able to pour it in. Add in your milk. Then heat the gelatin in the microwave until it's melted and pour that into the cream cheese mixture and beat it quickly. Now add your whipped cream to this mixture and fold it through gently. This is just adding some air to the mixture so it's a little bit fluffy. Add about a cup of that mixture into a bowl and add some red gel food colouring to it and mix it through. And then spread that out on the base. And this is going to seal the biscuit crumbs so they don't become soft when we add the filling later on. Now turn a bowl upside down in the centre and pipe your cheesecake mixture around the edge. Now if you use a bigger bowl, you'll have less white, which is more like it is on a real watermelon, but I wanted more cheesecake in mine, so I've got a bit of a smaller bowl. I'll just make the white a bit thicker. Then you want to place that in the fridge to set. For the filling, you need some yummy fresh watermelon, a packet of strawberry jelly or jello, and some water. Tip the jelly crystals into the water and stir it well, and this is just cold water, it's not heated up yet. Then place the watermelon into a blender and blitz it to make juice. Tip that through a fine sieve to get rid of any little seeds. I think we've got a couple accidentally in there, and the coarse bits of pulp because we want our jelly to end up smooth and clear. Heat the jelly mixture until the sugar and the gelatin are melted. You don't want any sugar crystals there. We want it nice and smooth in your mouth. And then pour that into the watermelon juice and mix it up. And this really has a great fresh watermelon flavour to this jelly. Now that cheesecake mixture is set, run a knife around the edge of the bowl and then wiggle it to loosen it and carefully lift it up. I'll just use a fork to get that up and out of the centre of the dessert. And then use your knife to spread the cheesecake mixture over any gaps just to seal that so we don't get the jelly going through. Then pour the watermelon jelly into the middle just until it's just at the same level as the cheesecake. And then use the back of a spoon to pop any bubbles. And then you want to put that in the fridge to set. For the watermelon seeds or pips, place some chocolate in a bowl and melt it in the microwave. and then pour it into a piping bag. When you're melting chocolate in the microwave, just do 30 seconds stir, 20 seconds stir, and then bursts of 10 seconds until it's completely melted. We don't need to temper it for these pips. Cut off just the very tip of the piping bag, and if you don't have a piping bag, you can use just a plastic bag for this. Pipe a dot and then drag it slightly to one side to make the shape of the pips. So just make a dot and then drag it to one side. Then give the paper a little shake to smooth off the tops and then let them set in the fridge. To get the dessert out of the tin, place a glass underneath and then push down so that sides just slide off the tin. Remove the base and place it onto a cutting board, and then pull out the paper from underneath it because we don't want to eat that. Take some green food colouring and paint some crooked lines up around the edge of the cheesecake so that it looks like watermelon skin does. It's not all the one colour, it kind of changes as it goes around. Then using tweezers, carefully add the chocolate watermelon pips into place in 2 rows around the outside. Then cut that into wedges and serve it cold. Share this video with someone who likes watermelon. Don't forget to grab yourself a t-shirt, I'll put the link for that below. Subscribe to How to Cook That for more cakes, chocolates and desserts. Click here for the recipe, here for my YouTube channel, and here for last week's candy cake and iPad giveaway. And Ann Fan of the Week this week goes to Danny Kaplan, who wrote such a beautiful comment a couple of weeks ago. It really encouraged me, so thanks for that, Danny. Make it a great week and I'll see you Friday.
Welcome to our aeroplane. There's a kookaburra. I wish he'd laugh for you. I don't think he's going to today. I'll put a link to that below. Wow, more birds. That's a cockatoo, not a pterodactyl. Welcome to What was that? That was water and not bird food.